Welcome back, guys. We are currently going on Act 2 after talking to our buddy here to restock our mana. So this is the Rescue on Mountain area. You pretty much just go into these next two zones here, Frigid Highlands and the Plateau, potentially. The areas are randomized after all. And you essentially have to find a bunch of cages, break open the cages, you rescue enough barbarians, and boom, you're done the quest. This isn't a very vital quest, but what it does do is it gives you reliable rune drops in the form of Raltal Ort, which is the Ancient's Pledge rune word, which is a very good shield. It gives you all resist, pretty much. Gives you high, I think it's something like 40s or 50s of resist to all or everything but poison, I can't remember, of the elements. But just in general, it's a very good shield. But given our character right now, it might actually not be in our best interest to put it together. I mean, it could help, but we have such high resistances already, I don't really know if we benefit that much from getting higher resist. You note that these guys have the flamethrower attack, but considering our fire resist is maxed out, I am a lot less worried about it, because we are only taking a quarter of the damage we would be taking. So I am slightly more confident in our ability to take damage. As far as Act 5 goes, my concerns, there's actually not that many mobs in specific that I'm worried about. So I'm not really sure what to say I'm worried about. The Ancients fight can always be tricky because you're essentially fighting 3 bosses at once. But they're mostly tanky, not high damage, although that's not entirely accurate. They can be dangerous. So I guess the Ancients and like obviously the final I would say the World Stone has some dangerous mobs, especially in later difficulties. I believe they actually start switching what mobs are in there. But there can be scary stuff in there. As to the approach, I actually don't know if I'm that worried about anything. The portal here to Abaddon, that's just a demon portal to an optional area. If you go in here, it kind of reminds you of Act 4. These are completely optional zones. There's not really much to worry about in here. As far as quests are concerned, I'm probably in fact just going to hop out after I kill these mobs here. Although, now that I'm here, I guess we might as well finish it. So, let's just keep going. Again, this area is completely optional. The only important things in these next 2 zones are the potential prisoners. These Bloodlord guys are going to be mobs. We're going to be seeing them later. They're not unique to this zone. The dual-wielding axe minotaur dudes, yeah, they exist. Combat Shrine improves all of our offensive abilities. What is this guy? Cursed, okay. Just doing my job of double-checking what the boss is before I go after him. Shield up. Take out Mr. Plague Shank. Probably want to cleanse off this. You drop Demon Hide, which is normally hard leather, but it is the next version up, as it were. So this is, for example, what you would find in Act 1 of man, that's a lot of defense. it might be worth it to equip that on our merc just because it's like double the defense. But I'm not sure. I'll have to think about it. I'm actually not sure what the level range of this zone is. If it's slightly higher, I feel like we're getting decent XP here, but I haven't really been paying attention to the XP I'm gaining in general. So it could be possible that this is just normal Act 5 stuff. But here we go. Just keep cutting through. Again, you can tell they're reusing the Act 4 assets for what the map looks like. Just gonna top ourselves off here so we don't do anything stupid. These demon rascals aren't very threatening just because we have such high fire resist right now. That I'm feeling pretty confident in our ability to take them down. You'll notice our holy shield is staying up a bit longer now. Oh, there it just goes. Just because we're starting to put a few levels into it. Looks like we're at the end here. So like most of the optional areas, this is pretty much how it works. And I don't have a key. That's wonderful. I gotta decide on whether or not I want to get rid of this. Honestly, it might just be better to give him that way extra defense. I'm gonna go for that. Unfortunately, we don't have a key. I don't think I have any in my inventory. So I guess I will leave that there. And double check if there's a key on the ground as I run up. It's a little disappointing, but that goes to punish me for lack of preparation. I don't think I've been keeping keys on me very consistently throughout this playthrough. So, oh well. We will call it extra XP and just leave it at that. So, back to the main quest. We are looking for these small wooden barricades kind of things. You just want to head up to various parts of this map here, and there will be small alcoves that you can essentially break open and help a bunch of guys escape. They're like right here, yeah. So you run over here, you open it up for them, and there you go. There is a boss there, but he doesn't seem particularly dangerous. I'll just take him out, break this tower so these guys can screw off. And down he goes. Gotta be careful for the exploding guys, although only so much. We need to rescue a few more guys. I'm just going to double check that there's none in this direction. Usually they're in the like ruined areas. It's not usually just like out in the open like this. I'm just going to double check, and yeah, looks like that was the only one we missed so far. These imps can be kind of annoying just because you don't want to chase them all down. Here's one of the reasons why there are so many. They spawn out of there. So let's keep going. You can sometimes bash through the walls here to keep going. So like I said, Act 5, it's a cool act. I think it has like the opposite effect of Act 4, in that it makes you feel like there's a like high scale or stakes to it. Like you start by breaking a siege, and like just the small addition of the barbs, the extra NPCs, that kind of like adds to it. You actually kind of feel like, oh yeah, man, we are kind of breaking a siege here. That's cool. So I kind of like the act. It's a much longer act compared to Act 4, for sure. Although, it's probably for the best, because if someone bought an expansion and it ended up just being 3 zones or something, or 4 zones, I guess, in the case of 4 or 5. In the case of Act 4, they'd probably be pretty disappointed. So it makes sense that they made it a full-sized act. But at the same time, I like Act 4, so I wouldn't be that upset. But that is probably the main reason why it's such a large act. I want people to feel like they got their money's worth. Which, hey, no complaints there. So we need to only find one more of these pens here. In the meantime, we'll just keep smashing through doors and whatnot, get on our way. You'll notice we are leveling pretty quickly. Act 5 is pretty good for XP, just because it's scaled a bit higher, but even so, the mobs themselves aren't actually that scary, so it's a good combination. Of course, I say that because I have max resistances to fire, which is what I'm mostly getting pelted with right now, so this is kind of a me sitting on my ivory throne here and telling people it's not so bad. But with that, not sure why I have this short warbow. That is this quest done. So we can go over to our buddy here, Qualkek, and he says good things, and we get our Raltal Orc for Ancient's Pledge is what they intend to make you create with it, but of course, since they only give you the runes, you can do whatever you want with it. But in any case, we just got our next quest there. It's Prison of Ice. We have to go rescue Mala. Not Mala, Anya. So we'll go and do that in the next one. I'll see you guys then.